Hey, what's up, Dividend Nomads? Welcome back to the channel. As promised, today I'm going to take you inside of my computer and share with you what I did in my portfolio, because I made some big changes. And maybe I'll take you on the phone too and show you inside my brokerage so you can see that I actually did make these changes. I'm not just telling you this. And I'll share with you some of the reasoning, like why I decided to make these changes and what I'm thinking about doing in the future with this portfolio. So let me record my computer screen with you today and share with you what I did. Just bear with me a second because yeah, I'm not very good at this technology stuff, but I'll try my best. Let's see, new screen recording. Let's record the entire screen. Okay, sorry, just a second. Okay, I think we're good to go here. So I'll make this big so hopefully you can see it. So here we are inside of my portfolio tracker. You can see the top up here. This is income portfolio 1. So this is the one that I usually show you all the time. So we're going to go down here to the positions tab. And you can see I have only 2 positions. And why is that? Because I sold everything, almost everything. And I'm going to share with you the outcome of those sales and what happened with those sales and all that. So I'm going to show you everything, the ins and outs, 100% of what happened, 100% transparency here. So at the top, you can see I'm still holding TSLY and I'm holding YMAX. And let's look at these 2 positions first, and then we'll get into the ones I sold and why I sold them and what the outcome of those sales were. So YMAX or TSLY, you can see I got 280 shares and I got 35 shares of YMAX. And if we go over here, I'm not going to worry about all this other stuff. I just want to show you the meat and potatoes here. Market return of TSLY is down almost $1,900. Total return, that's dividends included and everything, I'm down $630. And if you see the total return is down 10%. So I'm still not green on this one. As I've been telling y'all, I'm still red on this one. And if you look at the next one, YMAX, market return, $8.75 profit. That's like capital gains. And then we have $38 in dividends. And you can see the total return is 5.5%. So we're green on this one by 5%. So these are the only 2 positions that I have. And I'm not going to sell Tesla until I'm green. Once it goes green and positive, I might sell it at that time. But until then, I'm going to keep it until I'm green on it. Now, let me go in here and show you. See at the bottom here? I don't know how to point this out to you, but at the bottom, you can see where my mouse is. It says sold positions. Now I'm going to show you what I sold, how much I sold it for, how much profit we made, and all that stuff. And then I'm going to tell you why. So let's go. Sold positions. At the very top, you can see IWMY. We sold that one. Let's just go look here on the far right. You see total return was only $96. Okay, so I was down $315 on the market, but with the dividends included and everything, $96 profit is all we made. Even though we were getting, steady income from it, the decline was going down. I mean, $96, not a big deal, right? That's not much money. Total return, 4%. JEPY. Let's look at JEPY. Market return, we made $112 profit. So after all the dividends received and the negative market return, everything combined, we have $112 in total profit, 4% return. Okay, QQQY. This one, look, 352 shares were sold. Market returns down $400, but we received a lot of dividends. You can see $652 in dividends. See that in the yellow column there? So total return, we made $240 profit, which was 4%. The next one you see, clip. I sold my clip. Look, $253 received. We were down $131 in the price return, market return, or total return, $122 profit. So we made $122 on this. 7.6%. Next one you see, f.i.r.e. I really like f.i.r.e. I think f.i.r.e. is great, but I sold it anyway, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But let's look. f.i.r.e. we got, where are you at, f.i.r.e.? $41 in dividends. Market return $12. That's capital gains, like price appreciation, and then the dividends $53 with dividends and price appreciation included, right? $53. So you can see the total return 4.5%. The next one you see is s.v.a.l. I also really like s.v.a.l, but I got rid of it too. Let's look here. we'll just call it $50. $50 in dividends. We made $8 in price appreciation, and total return was $58. So the percent was 15.6%, which I think is a pretty good total return. It's a pretty good one to see. SPYI, I sold this one too. I also really like this one. But anyway, I sold this one. We made $19.80 in dividends, and then $14 in price appreciation, $33.88. This price appreciation and dividends combined, we made $33 profit, and 3%. The next one, QQQI. Again, you can see the dates on these where I sold these. 5/29 and 5/30 is when I sold everything. Today, I'm recording this on 5/31/2024. So this is one day after the selling. Anyway, QQQI. Let's see, total dividends, $21, $19 in price appreciation, and total combined $41. And we made a total return of 4%. And the last one you see is SPYT, which is another one I really like. This one, let me see, $10 received in dividends, $16 in price, and then both combined we made $27, and total returns 3.5%. So you can see here, these are the sold positions. I sold everything. And why did I sell everything? Let's get into reason number one. Reason number one, look at all these things I sold, right? You have IWMY, JEBI, QQQY, Clip, FEPI, like so many different things. And we were getting about $900 a month in dividends from all of these. But we were really spread very thin, in my opinion. Having just owning so much stuff and spreading myself so thin, I think it's limiting the income potential. And because I want a lot of income and I want more money now, I don't want to spread it out too much. And I mean, diversification, yeah, I believe diversification is good, but over diversification can really be harmful, especially in a small portfolio. And y'all know, like this portfolio, I think it's around $20,000 or so. It's not like a lot of money. So, and also, like I mentioned, this was an experiment. So you can see here, we have the Russell, we have S&P, we have the NASDAQ. Again, FEPI, this is NASDAQ stocks, QQQI, NASDAQ stocks, look, SPYI, SPYT, S&P 500 stocks. So much overlap and so much of the same things, kind of. I just feel like spreading myself too thin. So I wanted to sell all this stuff and really focus down on a few things. And also, if you look at the total return, we did a lot of work and spent a lot of time in the market to make, look at the total returns here, $100, $240, like it's not much money, right? So we spent a lot of time and spread ourselves really thin to get this return. So I just decided to basically end this experiment, and we're going to start a new one with this portfolio. But if you look here, you can see the positions I have now is TSLY, and in the future, I do plan to sell this probably. If we're going to wait till it goes green first and then dump this thing, unless something happens and Tesla starts going on a bull run and this thing does something miraculous like like Coney or NVDY or something like that was doing, then we'll keep it. But for now, this is on the chopping block as soon as it goes green. But it's not green, so we're going to keep it. YMAX. Now, YMAX is the one I really like because I tend to be a more conservative type investor in a way. And YMAX is diversified within itself, right? It's got lots of different funds inside of it. I know it's not the S&P, and I know it's not, the NASDAQ, but it's got a lot of funds in here, and they continue to add to it. So it is pretty well diversified. It's got a nice yield, and it tends to move upwards, right? Or at least sideways. It doesn't really decline in price. So I quite like this one. So I decided to keep this one, but I plan on adding something else to this that's gonna produce a big yield, but has potential to perform a little bit better than all those diversified different things that we were into. So I'm gonna probably pick either one or two more things to add to this portfolio, and we're just gonna go basically put as much money in those as possible, get as much yields from those possible, and I'm gonna use all those dividends to reinvest into YMAX to try to create as much money as possible, as fast as possible, instead of spreading out so thin and waiting a long time. Because that's what I have other portfolios for. The other portfolios that I do for more longer term investing are for that. This is income, and we want income now. We want a lot of it now, or as fast as possible. So I'm taking a step back, sold all the stuff. I think I did it at the right time. Market is at all-time highs. And so at all-time highs, cut these things off, take the profit. You can see I made money on everything except for this one, this TSLY. But the rest of them, we've all made money on. Spreading myself too thin. Get out of them, get my money while I can, and sit back and keep my eye open for which one I'm going to jump into next. And I'm probably going to get something on the ex-div dates coming. But I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to get yet, because I'm not 100% decided on what I'm going to get. But it is going to be something that has a high yield and something that goes sideways to up, not down. But it has to have a maximum yield. So there's a few that I'm considering. Like this YMAX is one. I might put a bunch of money into this one. I'm considering Coney as well. NVDY, maybe FBY, that seems to move sideways pretty good. I was also considering OT just because the dividend is so high, and it seems like they kind of have it stable now as well. It seems pretty stable. So one of those is one that I'm really considering, just putting a lot of money in to generate a lot of income as fast as possible. Because none of these, I'm not dripping, okay? I'm not dripping dividends and none of that stuff. I want the money in my pocket, right? So, or when I say my pocket, I mean like I'm not taking it out yet, but I'm going to take those dividends and reinvest it into something else. I'm not going to put it on drip. I'm going to invest it into something else that also has a high yield and just kind of create a big high yield cash flow machine. But I don't want it to be too diversified and too spread out all over the place, because it takes longer to build up that cash flow machine. So going to create one cash flow machine, and then once we create one, and then we'll start building the second one after that. So I need a lot of cash flow now and build up a big cash flow machine or something. And then once we do that, we'll slowly start building another cash flow machine. So that's the plans for the future for now. As soon as I get ready to make a move, I will make a video about that and tell you exactly what we bought and how much money we put into that. So let me know what you think about this below. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. I'm curious to know what you think about the diversification thing. I know everybody said, oh, diversify, but I had so many things that were diversified, and a lot of them were even the same thing. And I feel like it's just overkill, and I don't think it's helping me reach my goal. So I decided to sell everything at all-time highs, take the profit, and look for a new strategy. So stay tuned. Don't forget, let me know what you think. Tell me in the comments below, what's your thoughts and opinions on this idea that I'm doing now? Is it good? Is it bad? What do you think? And I would love to hear a suggestion on about one high yield that I can put my money into to start creating this big cash flow machine. Let me know that in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace.